Oh! Okay, good. This explains what the f happened to him. God damn it, Nick. Wait, what time is it right now? 7:32. You know what? Let me try to do one more. Memories like a beautiful dreams. Oh! Okay, good. This explains what the fuck happened to him. Through my hazy vision, all I could see was a red pair of eyes cutting through the darkness like flames. I could barely breathe, and I kept drifting in and out of my consciousness. I wonder why. Why at a time like this, would that sticker photo I kept on my desk be the first thing that popped to my mind? I know they say your life flashes before your eyes before you die, but this was only a single page of my past. I'll bet a very dear one. That day was almost like a dream. I could hear their laughter in the back of my head. The sky was beautiful crimson purple fusion, and the sweetness of that cake from the cafe was still on my tongue as we entered the photo booth. How did things wind up like this? Did I do something wrong? And if so, when and where? Somehow the answers to these questions seemed less interesting to me. By the moment as events from the past replayed themselves within me. It was like I'd gone back in time. And then all of a sudden, the sound of the door being thrown open brought me back to my senses. Oh god, Sayaka! Come preparing gifts! Sayaka! Sorry to keep you waiting. Were you lonely? Were you crying because you didn't know when I'd be back? What the hell? Hi, Inumaru. Dear widow Naho is sweeping, and we wouldn't want to wake her. Sweeping? Are you just saying in the cutesy way? Like saying sleeping? Is sweeping? Now is sweeping, and we wouldn't want to wake her now, would we? What the fuck? Oof. I heard every word and raised my head to survey the situation. Though, first I regained my focus by staring at the clock above the blackboard, which slowly registered in my newly awakened mind and indicating it was now 4 o'clock. I feel like I overslept. I must have been exhausted from working on that draft late into the night. But with the deadline fast approaching, I had little other choice. I also must have been out for a really long time, as I had absolutely no memories of anything from the 6th period. I looked around me, but the only other people in the room were Sayaka and Inumaru. Sorry, Naho. Oh my god. Can we just say sorry? I don't like saying this. Sorry. Did we wake you up? It's okay for you to go back to sleep if you want. Sayaka seemed to have noticed I had woken up, and I was running over to check on me. But I just shook my head first to indicate no. Then much harder to shake off the drowsiness. I'm fine. Please, don't tell me you've been waiting for me to wake up, though. If so, I'm really sorry to keep you so long. Oh my god, don't apologize, Naho. You know there's no such thing as bad. Are you just replacing your freaking L's with W's? There's no red blood between us bestest buds. Oh my god, Sayaka flashed me an overzealous forced smile, which I returned, though mine was quite natural. Hers probably was too, actually, though I couldn't say for sure either. Either way, it was super cute. So, Inomaru, where is it? Did you get it? The tone of her voice changed completely. Her smile disappeared too. Now that she was addressing Inomaru instead of me. If you should extend your beautiful, delicate hand to me, I would happily answer your questions with all the love in my heart and soul. Such as, how do I love thee? Permit me to count the ways. That's a definite no on that. All I want from you is what I sent you to get. Sent you out to get. I can see the embarrassment written plainly on your face. How long must this farce go on before you show me your true colors? Haruyuki Inomaru was our mutual classmate and childhood friend of Sayaka's. Everything he did for Sayaka. His whole world seemed to revolve around her, and sometimes she'd play along, making his day. But that hadn't happened for a while now. He had the blood of an Izumo priest running through his veins, which gave him a considerable amount of spiritual ability. Though he never seemed to like having that brought up. Sayaka, did you ask Inomaru to bring you something? Yeah, snacks. You want some? You want some too? I'm good, but here? If you're hungry, you should just eat on the way home. That's what I'd always been taught. Though actually, we did eat on the way home all the time, so I guess this particular hunger somehow ran deeper. But I'm hungry now, and I can't keep this beast caged up any longer. I want to eat right now, right here. Sayaka, here they are. Inomaru, who left the room without our knowledge a few seconds earlier, suddenly burst back in with a flatbed. What? Holy crap! Really? With a flatbed cart in tow, squeaking away, and I couldn't hardly believe what was on it. Ta-da! How's this, Sayaka? I brought you the whole smorgasbord. Boxes and boxes of fatty, sugary packages, foods lighting up every square inch of the transport. Cakes, waffles, donuts. Oh, and a box of from that pretzel shop that recently opened too. Add to that, cookies, pies, macaroons, even ice cream. Yeah, all the bases covered for sure. Yay! They look so tasty. Time for a sugar high. What? To my surprise, Sayaka beeline for one of the boxes, setting in motion what may have been the biggest binge I ever seen. Box after box fell before her, many before she even sat down. So sweet, this is heaven! Sayaka was ingesting these fatty, sugary processed foods at an alarming rate. Yeah, bad. Fuck. I've never seen one person eat so much food she shouldn't in such short period of time. Sayaka, you feeling okay? Oh, did you want some too? Help yourself. Everything is simply scrumptious. Are you seriously that hungry? I totally was. I just had a real craving for something sweet. I'm a little worried about all the calories. But what can you do? The stomach wants what it wants. Ah, damn it! You're not planning to eat it all. I was legitimately scared by the sheer quantity of sweets still stacked on the cart. I mean, I love candy as much as the next person, but I was particularly getting heartburn just looking at the massive haul. Yes, yeah, of course I'll eat it all. My god, you might be the type of girls that eat what the fuck they want and don't get fat. Hey, Sayaka, you can't be serious. But I am. Quite an appetite on this one. Just let me know if that's not enough for you, Sayaka. And I'll go get you some more right away. Like, oh my god. I'll go get you some more right away. What are you saying, Inumaru? Even if she just eats everything you brought her already, she's gonna get fat in no time. It's not a problem, Sayanoki. No matter how plump she may get, Sayaka will be the cutest. Though I would be glad if I could get my arms all the way around her when I hug her, I suppose. Stop being stupid and bring me that box, Inumaru. As you wish. Oh. Would you like me to feed? Would you like me to feed it to you? Here, this macaroon has your name all over it. Oh my god. Dude. No, it has your fingers. It has your fingerprints all over it, which is gross. You eat it. Inumaru, I take back when I said you're a really optimistic guy. You're just fucking like pushover and dude, you just really want her, don't you? Sayaka gave me a snack. Poor guy. Exactly, Naho. Inumaru was now holding a macaroon close to his heart, with a joyous expression on his face. I couldn't bear to look at him anymore, so I turned my attention back to Sayaka. I studied her as she continued to engorge herself, trying to determine how someone typically mild-mannered had wound up in such a state. This was decidedly not normal behavior for her in any way. Something was definitely off. Actually, I'm sensing some kind of disturbance. The longer I stared at her, the more I was able to make a faint shadow wavering behind her. Spirit? It was a low spirit, one that could easily slip by unnoticed if a highly trained observer weren't looking very closely. Specifically, hold on. Specifically, it was the spirit of a little girl, and its attachment to Sayaka was quite weak. It wouldn't take a lot of effort to exercise. How careless of me not notice this presence sooner. I was now fully convinced that Sayaka's superhuman appetite organized from that little girl. There's a spirit attached to you, Sayaka. Sit still and I'll get rid of it. I produced a talisman from my bag and I was about to throw it down. But Sayaka quite aggressively shook her head at the notion. Stop, Naho. She's not a bad spirit. Actually, feel really bad for her. She was walking home one day, all excited after buying herself some really top quality candy, when she got hit by a car, whose driver had fallen asleep at the wheel, killing her instantly. Ooh, that sucks. At the moment of her death, all she wanted was to eat tasty sweets, but since she couldn't fulfill that wish, she couldn't pass on. And for the longest time, she didn't have enough energy to possess anyone. But she finally managed to save enough, and the person she had latched onto was me. Are you serious? Sympathizing with her? You know you can't do that, Sayaka. Opening your heart to spirits can only lead to trouble. But no, you're a girl too. You get where she's coming from, don't you? Imagine if you've been psyched to eat super nice sweets for a long time. For a long time. And you got them. But then died before you could even taste any. That would totally blow, wouldn't it? Well, sure, it would, but still. See? So I'm planning to eat sweets until this little girl is satisfied. It's the least I can do. I mean, just look. Every time I eat something sweet, just look how happy it makes her. The girl behind Sayaka did seem genuinely pleased every time Sayaka popped something in her mouth. And there wasn't the slightest hint of malevolence from her. If anything, she projected a certain innocence that genuinely made even me kind of sympathize with her. But still, aw, damn it. One of my secret joys was admiring Sayaka's magazine spreads. She always wore the most beautiful clothes, exhibiting a true sense of style and a true understanding of fashion in every photograph. Though I could hardly say that out loud, it was much too embarrassing. Sayaka, no matter how good or pure spirit, decision never ends well. She really should be exercised. She's a girl without a single malice thought in her mind. I'll be fine. Honestly. If a person who's been possessed covering for the spirit, that makes exorcism much more difficult. Even potentially impossible, low level or no. My hands were more or less tied. Can you help me convince Sayaka to go through with the exorcism? Convince her? Why? You don't want Sayaka to continue being possessed, do you? Well, I guess that's a little worrisome, but I'm also really moved by Sayaka's kindness. It takes a big heart to sympathize with the dead. Don't tell me you're okay with what she's doing. Well, it's not an evil spirit, right? And you don't care if Sayaka takes in so many calories that she has to quit mauling? Of course not. If that's what Sayaka wants, then that's what I want too. Our hearts are as one. Guess that's what I get for asking for your help. My head began to hurt. And every second I watched Sayaka continue to devour her snacks, I became more and more inclined to stop her. I think this calls more drastic measures. Sayaka might hate me for this. I thought, but that was a risk I was willing to take. My course of action decided upon, I took my stance and prepared to send that girl along to the ever after. But before I could even begin the chant, an unexpected visitor arrived. My, what a wonderful aroma! May I join you? The classroom door was wide open, and there she stood, the infamous Aiko Niwa, wearing a unique combination of kimono and a school uniform. She was self-proclaimed intelligence agent from the class 3-5, and she had a lot of tendencies that I found distasteful. Oh wait, hold on. Specifically, she seemed to live for collecting spirit items, and just in general came across a bit of shady and manipulative. Or, at least that's how I had always seen her. Mouthful of donuts, Sayaka nonetheless did her best to acknowledge the presence of this new arrival. She wasn't particularly fond of Aiko. However, as the two of them had butt heads previously, but Sayaka had generally love of beautiful girls, and Aiko ranked fairly high on her beauty scale, so she always seemed a little conflicted about that. What are you here for, Aiko? Now, there's no need to speak to me like so coldly, Naho. I was just descending the stairs and on my way home when my nose detected a sweet scent and followed it to here. Where low? Or that's Io? Where Io and, where low and, oh, okay, never mind. Where lo and behold, I found you. Could this be fate? Aiko, stop seducing Naho. I'm sure I don't know what are you talking about. And I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't... Oh, if you... I appreciate it if you wouldn't make such accusations. Aiko, don't pester Sayaka. I would never. I don't really have the time to deal with you right now. Is that so? She tilted her head and examined the cart full of sweets, then compared its size to Sayaka's tiny frame. And now, have you been offered a position as a female sumo wrestler? Oh, shots fired. Sayaka is a female sumo wrestler? Inomaru? Dude, take that, whatever that's coming out down in your pants, put that shit back. Sayaka seemed confused and Inomaru seemed disturbingly intrigued. I just ignored them both and let out a huge sigh. Look a little closer, Aiko. Can't you see there's a spirit behind her? Oh, now that you mention it, my, what a thin presence she has. She's possessed Sayaka and forcing her to eat sweets on her behalf. I want to exercise her, but Sayaka's not cooperating, so things aren't exactly going well. So that's it, then. May I take a closer look at her? Aiko cautiously approached Sayaka and observed the spirit's behavior for a moment. Aiko's passion was a collection of spirit items infused with deep hatred or malice. So if this little girl wound up being a little darker than she seemed, Aiko would undoubtedly snatch her away on the spot. So you're a big fan of sweets, huh? I see. And how did you feel about dying in that accident? You must have a lot of regrets, I bet. Have you ever thought about killing or cursing the person who did this to you? Really? Well, have you ever wanted other people to end up the same way you did? Oh, I see. Aiko broke off the conversation shortly after this exchange and walked back toward me with a slumped shoulders. No use. She won't budge. There's no much potential when becoming a spirit. But when this girl just wants to eat delicious candy and she'll be completely satisfied. Can you believe in Naho? She's saying she holds no grudge, but that can't be possible, right? And even if it is, there's simply no value to be had in spirits like that. Aiko completely lost interest, and she didn't seem to care that the little girl had heard every word she said. The spirit was on the verge of tears, shrinking back behind Sayaka to distance herself as much as possible from this hostile new presence. If Aiko is that adamant, then I guess the poor thing really doesn't hold any ill will. I told you, I feel really bad for her. Please try to understand, Naho. Sayaka spoke with a bit of staccato? A bit of staccato on her lips. With her lips sticky with the apple pie residue. Ugh. I hate apple pie. So Sayaka, if you keep eating like that, it's going to catch up with you. You think so? Yeah. You're not gonna let Naho exorcise the ghost because you feel sorry for her then? Yeah. I see, so despite how much Naho is hurt by your actions, you gotta side with that spirit? See? See, Naho? Isn't Sayaka mean? Aiko smiled and sidelined up next to me. She was clearly plotting something. She took my hand in her and wrapped her finger around it delicately. Let's leave this that help. Let's leave this uncouth girl who has no regard for your feelings and go out on a date, shall we? No, you can't! Saika immediately shot to her feet, knocking over the chair. Okay, wait. Knocking over her chair in the process. And just like that, she's no longer had the slightest interest in any part of the mountain of candy that lay sprawled out before her. This sudden shift separated the spirit from Saika as if the cord had been cut on a kite. Okay. If you're going to date anyone, Naho, date me. I'm off after school today. What do you say, huh? That's fine, I guess. Alright, scored a date with Naho. Saika hugged me excitedly, and I was overjoyed. It's always nice knowing how much other people really care about you. But then, for a brief moment, my eyes locked with those of the little girl spirit floating in the air, and that's all it took. Crap. The spirit was quicker to act than I was to realize what I'd done. By the time I had, it was too late. She was already within me. Fuck! Actually, sorry, but let's hold off the date for a little. I absolutely have to eat that. I flew over to Saika's chair and threw open one of the stacked boxes. Jackpot! It was full of custard-filled cream puffs. I grabbed one of them and just shoved it into my mouth with absolutely no regard for mess or manners. The rich custard melted in my mouth, and the light, delicate aroma filled my nostrils. But rather than setting my appetite, this delicious temptation only made it stronger. So good. Oh dear, looks like your spirit has found its way into Naho now. What? Oh wow, you're right. Naho, are you okay? I had neither the time nor the desire to answer your question. I was too busy moving my hands and mouth, either eating sweets or formulating a game plan to eat further sweets more efficiently. But I couldn't exactly leave her hanging. I'm fine. Not gonna lie, that sounded not sound right. After everybody, the girl possessing me expressed pure, absolute gratitude. I heard whimpers from her to the fact of, "I'm so happy and thank you so much," and I immediately realized this could be a real problem. I totally get why Saika felt sympathy for this girl. I decided to continue eating no matter what made the spirit every girl's worst nightmare. And the worst part was, you just couldn't say no to her. She was too relatable. Rarely had I ever encountered a spirit who elicited such sympathy that its host would choose not to part with it. This eclair is amazing. You don't want any more, Saika? No, I'm full. Actually, wow, did I really eat this much? Yes, you did. The number of open empty boxes was either astounding or sickening, depending on your viewpoint.
Saika, I
could tell you were enjoying your food, Saika, but the unrestrained, unbridled passion with which you consumed it. You're almost certainly going to gain a little weight from the experience, too. And personally, I can't wait. I hope you'll allow me to touch your tummy and fill up that food, baby. No way. I'm much more comfortable being a toucher than the touchy.
ったのさやか
Really,
それじゃ
Sayaka?
今までは遠慮してたんだね
Have you been
いい
holding
んだ
back
よ
this whole
俺を
time?
もっと
Then
触って撫でて
It's okay,
抱きし
it's
めてくれ
okay,
たって
you know? You can touch me, pet me, or hug me all you want anytime. God dang you, mother. Stay down. Get the fucking spray bottle. Nobody's talking to you. Good. Inamoto was quickly knocked to the floor. Sayaka then ran right past him, over to me. No, don't eat another bite. I don't want you to get fat. You just said done. I just want to keep eating. I can't help it. No. 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 Gitsy Fatsies for you, please. What the fuck? What? I'm also a little considerate, but my hunger could not be easily stated. My hands just wouldn't stop grabbing candies and sweets and desserts one after another. And after another. I'd be glad to exercise that spirit for you, Sayaka, if you want. But I feel bad for her. Isn't there any other way? Well, I could just remove the spirit from her. But if we leave it be, it'll probably possess someone else. As long as it's not possessing Naho, I have a feeling Sayaka wouldn't mind that agreement one bit. No, that's a problem all on its own. I'm just not sure what should I do. Sayaka took a contemplated stance, holding her head in her hands. And she attempted to suss out a possible solution to this problem. And it didn't take her long to brainstorm something. I know! How about we appease her so she can move on? So let her continue to eat sweets until she's satisfied? That's going to leave us in the same exact situation. Yeah, you and Sayanoki have both eaten a lot, but the spirit doesn't seem to be anywhere close to being appeased yet. I can't imagine how much more you'll need to eat before she is. That's not quite. I mean, she died after buying some super fancy sweets, but not being able to eat them, right? So if you can introduce her to something really hoity-toity that she's never eaten before, I bet that she would be more than enough for her to rest in peace. Oh, hey, that's a good idea. The spirits seemed to be in agreement as well. She was nodding fiercely. Even she hadn't considered this plan previously, but she was clearly all aboard now. Were there any good high-end sweet shops nearby? Apart from nearly everyone in the area, as a show of my love for Sayaka. Well, if none of that's doing the trick, then I guess we just need to find something even more delicious. Naho, can you think of anything? There's a cat cafe. Let's save that one for our date. Sayaka rejected my suggestion, not that it particularly likely to appease the spirit anyway, since the true point of the cafe wasn't its sweets, but its feline companions. Well, Naho, I guess that just means you and I are going to need to go out on that date after all. A ticket was handed to me, presented with a certain flair that suggests it must have been something special. Cafe Horta? The hell? That was the name, and the ticket was also bore the date as well as a 5:30 p.m. timestamp. So I could clearly recognize the significance of what I just been handed. That's the sweet shop in front of the next station down the line. You know that You know, the one that you have to reserve seats at a year in advance?
なんですって。
What? The piece of cake I'd been eating fell from my now opaque mouth and crumbled onto the floor. I remember hearing about this place during the TV
開
feature.
店当初、予約待ち
During
の
its
列が
grand
駅前
opening,
に
the
埋め尽くした
reservation
って
line
いう
backed up Yes, Golden, it is weird stuff. And trying to do the freaking extra chapters, I'm like kind of missing the horror right now. Oh god. Ah, Motherfucker! What can I say? Pedestrian. There you go. Fuck. Pedestrian. Traffic throughout the station. Are we seriously talking of that place?
しかもこれ今日の予約じゃない
And
です
your
か
reservation are actually for today?
愛子さん。
Where did you get these, Aiko?
お客様になり損ねた方から
I
取り上げた
confiscated
の
them
よ。
from someone who failed to become a customer of mine. Aiko said this in a coy, playful voice, clearly riding the waves of Sayaka's excitement. She continued in this manner, outlining her story in greater detail.
頼まれていた情報を渡したら、
I gave my
1
client the
円も払わずに
requested
連絡がつ
information,
かなく
but
なった
received
方
not
が
a single yen in compensation. And I've been unable to establish any contact since.
そんなのってあんまりでし
That's
ょ。
just poor business, don't you think?
だから滞納した分の利子も含め
As a former collateral, I collected that person's entire savings, along with anything else I could find that seemed to be of some worth.
そう。
Oh fuck.
このチケットもその中の一つ
Yes,
って
that's
こ
right.
と。
And I found these tickets in the mix.
売りさばこうにも
I was
今日し
thinking
か
of
使わない
selling them,
チケットだし。
but they're
それ
only
な
good
ら
for
たまに
today.
は親しい人たち
It's
と美味しい
and
も
it's
のを食べた
only
いわ。
it's always nice to eat delicious food with the people one truly cares about from the time to time.
親しい人たち。
People you care about, us?
なほちゃんはもちろんだけど、さやかちゃんと
Of
レイ
course.
君もご招
And
待
you're all
したいわ。
welcome, John.
どうかしら。
Not just Naho, but you too as well, Sayaka and Haruyuki. What do you say?
いいんですか？
Are you sure?
これを機に親睦を深めたいところね。
I'd love to build a better relationship with you and all. And this seems like a perfect opportunity.
だってなほちゃん。
You hear that, Naho? Come on, let's go.
さやかが行くなら俺も行くよどこまでもつい
If
て
you're
いくよ
going, then I'm going. I'll follow you to the ends of the earth. Sayaka, so take heart.
あんたはお呼びじゃない
I
けど。
wasn't asking you. Ooh. Man, I feel bad for him, but at the same time, dude, you need to back off. As Sayaka beat the ever-loving, oh god, beat the ever-loving snot of Inumaru again. I took this opportunity to glance over at Aiko and study her for any signs of ulterior motive.
親しい人たちと言われるほど。
People you care about, huh?
あなたと
I remember you
仲良く
ever
したこと
even
は
getting
ないと
along
思
with
う
you.
のだけれど。
I know Aiko for a while, but mostly just as a colleague in supernatural studies. I never gone out with her, nor even sat in nor even sat in and drunk tea with her, like I frequently would like with Sayaka.
あらなほちゃん。
My
その目
Naho,
は何かし
you
ら。
look perturbed. Is something the matter? Aiko, what are you planning?
何を企んでいるの？何も企ん
I'm
でな
not
んてない
planning
わ。
anything, but
た
a
ま
good
には
time.
礼儀では
I
なく、
just thought it
人間の
might be
趣味に
nice
付
to
き合い
drink
お茶を
tea.
楽しみたいと思っただけ
Make
よ。
small talk. Chat about something other than spirit items for a change. Really?
そう？
Really?
それにね。
Also Naho. Suddenly she was right next to me. And with her porcelain-like fingers, she lifted the strawberry from the shortcake I was eating.
私たち親
We're
友で
close
すもの
friends,
ね。
right?
放
And
課
it's
後に
normal
お茶
for
をす
close
るから
friends to
い
go
い
out
でし
for
ょ
a tea or after school now. Close friends?
はい。あ
Say ah. Instinctively, I did open my mouth, At which point the strawberry was gently placed on my tongue and I found myself swallowing it without hesitation. Damn you, 30 dots! Damn you!
ナホちゃんたら口元に生クリームがついて
Oh,
る
Naho, you're so messy. Aw, you're so messy. You have whipped cream all over your mouth. She brought her fingers up to my lips and wiped the cream from them. And after which point she stuck the same finger in her own mouth, savoring the second-hand cream she squirted.
甘さ控えめで美味しいわね
It's so light and sweet.
何するのよ
What the hell are you doing? I am melting. Two sexy ladies feeding each other and sharing whipped cream. Down, girl. Where's my spray bottle? Go down. Sayaka shrieked and held her nose perceptibly to keep it from bleeding, which did seem to be a real concern given how red her face had gone. Thank you for the steamy scenes. But no, I can't let it go. Go on, Aiko. You're not the late. Even one finger on Naho anymore. Sayaka? Sayaka burst between me and Aiko and hugged me with ferocious intensity. 1, 2, 3. Shit. Her fresh citrus perfume tickled the inside of my nose as her supple breasts, roughly the same size as my own, pressed up against my face. Which made me kinda hard to breathe for a moment. I was about to read that wrong right now. Sayaka, you're suffocating me. I'm sorry, Naho. But if I don't do this, Aiko's going to make you open up and say ah again. No, she won't.
二人とも相変わらず仲
You
良
two
しだ
certainly
ね
do have a lovely relationship. You're making me jealous. Aiko's fox pouty voice was only making matters worse with Sayaka, and in turn, I was getting more and more fed up with the whole situation. Which is about when I realized that my body had grown lighter. I'm not possessed anymore. I'm concerned over suffocating to death on Sayaka's boobs, okay? It seemed to have diverted my attention away from all those delicious sweets. And sure enough, it only took a moment of scanning the area around me to see the spirit girl floating freely, looking a bit concerned. She seemed to be trying to decide between Aiko or Inumura, the latter of whom was on the ground holding his stomach. Naturally, she chose to possess Inumaru this time. Whoa! I have the sudden craving for sugar. He quickly shot to his feet and ran full speed toward the remaining piles of and boxes of candy and confectionaries. Seriously, when am I hurry to go to this stupid cafe? Oh, fuck. But you love me even more if I'm chunky, won't you, Sayaka? Now, over here. You'll say, for me too, right? Come on, open your mouth. Here comes the airplane. Oh my god. Sayaka, why don't we do this somewhere a little bit more private? No, there's no need to worry about that, Naho. You're not that shy, are you? Come on. Didn't you hear my question, Sayaka? Oh, I get it. You want me to die with you, don't you? Guess I have to go buy some workout clothes then. What would look good, I wonder? We're going to want to wear matching outfits, so just stop talking. You're only making things worse. Ah.
あな たたちっていつ見てもおかしい
Watching you
の
all,
ね
watching you all is so very entertaining. I'm not sure I'd ever get tired of it. Oh, thank God. And in this manner, the conversation devolved into pure anime tropes, remaining in such a state for an entire walk to the cafe. Out of breath, we finally arrived at our destination only 5 minutes after the 5:30 reservation time. Fashionably late, some might say. What? Okay, we pushed open the heavy doors and heard the clinking and clambering of a very unique door chime as we stepped across the threshold. A server quickly came and took Aiko's reservation ticket and guided us to our seats. I can't take it anymore. Yamamoto began sucking on some candy while we waited to help stave off his insatiable hunger. When our menus arrived, he opened his in a record time and began salivating. Oh my God, the dessert menu, which represented the majority of this cafe's famous offerings, was filled with items that aroused our appetites. Wow! Caramel honeys, pancakes topped with chestnuts. You want to be honest, I don't see that appetizing to me at all. Baked donuts with hot chocolate fondue. Maybe if I see the picture. Mixed berry waffles. Ugh, okay, no. Mixed berry waffles and 3 flavors sorbet. Banana omelet smothered in mango. What should we do, Naho? Everything here sounds amazing. I can't choose. We already had enough sugar to keep us up all week. But we can't very well come here and not order something. Excuse me, we're ready to order. Saika and I were still deciding, but Aiko flagged down the server anyway. He was an elderly man with a very professional, very respectful disposition. And strangely, I kind of felt like I recognized him. Waldo! What can I get you for today? I'll have a no-bake green tea cheesecake and white flowered camellia and a roasted green milk tea, please. Roasted green tea milk. I wonder how that looks. Actually, I want to taste that. I'll take everything from the page. Oh my God! I'll take everything from this page and. All right. Whoa, seriously. I have to. I'm so hungry. I feel like I'm about to die of starvation. Well, okay. Will that be all? Naho, what are you getting? How about a caramel tea and a banana omelet? And I have a raspberry chiffon cake and with a peach tea. Excellent choices. I'll get your orders in right away. This person, I swear, I've seen him somewhere before. The server swiftly took his leave as I tilted my head, trying desperately to place him. This wasn't just someone I met once or twice, but numerous times. Yet, for the life of me, I couldn't figure out where or under what circumstances. Hey, doesn't our server look familiar to you guys? I posed the question to the table as a whole. The Saiga and Inumaru just flashed me a strange look. You think? I can't mention I'd ever forgotten a gentleman like him, but no, I can't place him. And I can't really remember anyone other than Saiga. And what about you, Aiko? I know him very well. Look over there. He's that girl's assistant, no? That girl. I followed Aiko's fingers with my eyes and found myself face to face with a young girl wearing a Lolita-style dress, decorated liberally with ribbons. Hello to you, Sayunoki, and her delightful friends.
あれ確か転校生の
Aren't you that transfer student?
水木
Magari Mitsuki? She studied our reactions for a moment, then got up from her chair and approached me. Mitsuki had recently transferred to our class, though no one really knew much about her. Her features were doll-like, with perfect skin complemented by that adorable outfit. She was pinchily cute at first glance, but beneath that surface, she was ruthless and cruel.
さっきの
And a
水
bitch!
木バルドさんマガリさんの執事よ
The server is Waldo Mizuki, Magari's butler. Intelligence indeed, Aiko Niwa. Very, very impressive that you even know about Waldo.
すごいす
She cackled and pulled over a chair from a nearby table. And suddenly, she was now sitting with us like we're all friends catching up.
ごいどういうこ
What's the
と
meaning
な
of
ぜあ
this?
なたがここ
Why are
に
you even here?
だってここ
Because I own this
私の
place.
店だもの
What?
嘘
You lie, you bitch.
私
I don't lie, or at least I'm not trying to lie right now.
うん
Michael,
アイコ
you knew this would happen when you brought us
連
here,
れて
didn't
き
you?
たわね
I gave her the stink eye. I could imagine, but she just shrugged her shoulders nonchalantly.
え知ってたわ
I had an inkling, yes.
何を企んでいるの
What are you plotting?
何も企んでなんていなくてよ嘘をつ
Damn
か
it.
ないで
Because
ここ
of,
があの子の店
if
だと
we
知
know
って
this
いたら
place belonged to her, we wouldn't have come, so spit it out.
あら
So demanding, none of you asked who the owner of Cafe of Hortot was. However, did you?
そんなの聞かなくたって言ってくださいよ
Doesn't matter, you could have still said something. Sayaka puffed her cheeks and stared at Aiko. Mitsuki is seriously the last person we need to get involved with right now. I previously found myself butting heads with Mizuki over supernatural matters, and naturally Sayaka had gotten pulled into the fray as well. But strangely, so had Naiko. Yet now, all of a sudden, Aiko had invited us to a cafe owned by Mizuki, which suggested to me that she had some nefarious plan in mind.
カフェのオーナーなん
If
て
you're the owner of this
水
place,
木さん
Mizuki,
お金持ちなんだね
then I guess that must mean you're pretty rich, huh? Inamato naturally again was the only one of us totally out of the loop about her. He thought nothing of making small talk with someone he presumably saw only as a classmate.
別に
Not really.
普通でしょ
This isn't anything special. Also, who are you again?
犬丸春之さやかの前世からの恋人だと覚えてくれれば
You
問
can
題
think
な
of
い
me
よ
as Sayaka's lover from a past life. They'll tell you everything you need to know. Oh my god.
へえ
Inamato,
前世か
I
ら
like
の
you, man, but you need to calm that shit down. Oh, from a past life, huh?
そう前世からの
Yep, that's right. You can tell because our pinkies are bound together by this red string of fate.
あなた
Yeah,
面
she's-
白い
Yeah, no. You're pretty funny.
水木さんこの犬ころは
Mizuki,
虚言癖の
you
塊
shouldn't
だ
believe
か
a
ら
word this lying dog tells you. You're better off in just ignoring him.
本当のこと言ってると思う
I don't know, his story seems pretty genuine to me. I'm pretty good at judging these things. Mizuki smiled brightly. It was hard to tell whether she was serious or just trying to mess with me. The look in her eyes was plainly that of an evil mastermind, yet her smile was absolutely perfect and beautiful in every way, which somehow made it all the more
と
unsettling.
ころで
So,
なぜあ
why
な
are you
た
staying
は
on with
勝手
us
に同席し
again?
ているのだって
Because I was hoping we could be
私たち
friends.
にあんなことをしておいて
After what you did to us, how dare you, you bitch!
やだ
What? Oh dear. Am I being shunned? Your own classmate? Cruelly excluded from your clique? Wait, from your clique? Wait, is it supposed to say clique? Or clique? I want to say clique. That's a form of bullying, you know. I didn't mean it that way. Just what? You bullied me for the hell of it? For no other reason than your own amusement? That's even worse. I had no idea you were that kind of person, Sayaka. Sayaka's cheeks swelled up a bit by bit. It almost looked like you could prick them with a pin and they pop with a wide open. Bear with it, Sayaka. But Naho! I don't like her any more than you do, believe me. Bitch. She's your classmate though, is she not? In which case, it does seem a bit pitiable for her to get excluded. Seems you got a good head on your shoulders after all, Aiko. Whose side are you on? That should be obvious. You need to not even ask. I'm on the side that will benefit me the most. And if Magari and I have a good relationship with one another, I might just be able to hear a little more about her spirit isles. Besides which, I've always felt that tea never tastes quite as sweet after you ousted someone from the table. What the hell? Yes. It's all just as Aiko says. Why are you being all so unfriendly toward one another? Maruko was clueless, like always, and it would take far too long to explain the situation to him. So I figured it was easier to just ignore him completely. Okay, that is kind of a dick move. Come on, you need to fill him in. I looked everyone else squared in the eye for a second, though ultimately settling on Sayaka. She was in tears. If Sayaka is seriously crying, there is no turning back. I have to stand my ground here. Sorry, Mizuki, but I really need to. I really think we're going to have to insist you not to join us on our team. That's your final answer then. I'll be sure about this. Refusing the owner's favor means no banana omelet, you know. And Sayaka doesn't get to eat her scrumptious chiffon cake either. Can you live with that? I'll be forced to cancel orders from your other two guests as well, naturally. But I'm so hungry! Oh, fuck it. You think I care? That's a dick move. Yeah, finally someone used the word dick. I didn't want it to be this confrontational, but I didn't see that I had much choice. Oh my god. Besides which, it really was a dick move. We came all the way here, but because we weren't sucking up to the owner, we had to leave without eating anything. That's just unprofessional. It shouldn't have even been an option. Fine. You want to sit with us? You can sit with us. Really? Now? But only on one condition. I want to eat these supposedly legendary sweets, but Sayaka was too near and dear to me for me to just let this go on Mizuki's terms. So I decided to do some bargaining. If you can promise you won't do anything to get under our skins, then fine. We'll allow you to sit with us. Mizuki's eyes widened, and a grin crept across her face. You mean something like this? She moved faster than my eyes can see. Suddenly she had my arm and was pulling me close, and then, before I knew it, I was feeling a continuous warm squeeze and squishy sensation on my cheek. Oh god. Naho's cheek, her cheek?
まあお熱いこと
My, how passionate.
すごいなあ。
That's really something. Is it normal for girls today to kiss each other on the cheek?
普通のことなの？
Well, not for Saika. She's crying like a mother.
え？さやか？
Saika?
さやかちゃんから
If the shock of the public display rendered you speechless, Saika?
のかしらね
Oh god, your fucking image just shook it like a lot.
メロハンも飛び出さないなんて本当にシ
Personally,
ョッ
I'm
クだ
shocked you haven't told us that you're melting yet. You poor thing.
それにしてもあな
Though,
たたち
really,
は
how
い
long
つ
are
ま
you
でそ
two
うしてい
planning
る
to
の
stay
か
like
しら
that? This was around when I finally came back to my senses. Instead of just simple peck on the cheek, Mizuki had been sucking on my skin. What the crap? This entire time. And now this realization had finally dawned on me, and I immediately pushed her away.
何をしているの離れて
What the hell are you doing? Get away from me!
何をするのさえのきさんのほっぺ美味しそうだった
Your cheek just looks so delicious, I simply had to have a taste. Finally, distant my cheek she glared ferociously at me, seemingly sizing me up to determine whether or not I was worthy of remaining in her establishment. Evidently, I passed the test, as she finally raised her arm into the air and snapped her fingers, signaling to her butler.
持ってきて
Right, I'm here, Faldo.
かしこまりました。
Yes, ma'am. On Mizuki's command, the butler come server arrived with a literal wagon full of sweets. Mizuki stood up and still smiling gleefully as various plates and teacups were neatly, almost ceremoniously placed in front of each of the.
美味しそう。
Oh, they all look so amazing. Is this really okay to start eating?
これは限
I
界
don't think I can wait any longer.
どうぞ召し上がれ
Please go ahead.
カフェホルタース
I
の
give you my personal guarantee that
皆
the
様に
sweets
極
here
上
at
のひとときを提供するよ
Cafe Hortat will provide you with the ultimate sugary escape.
いただきま
Sweet. Inamato wasted no time digging into dish after dish, barely stopping to chew his food before shoveling another forkful in his mouth. Possessed or no, it was a terrifying sight to behold. This is incredible, just incredible, Mizuki.
お口に合ったよう
I'm
で
glad to hear it suits your taste.
他のみんなもさ
Now come on, everyone, dig in. Dig in?
さえのき
Ah,
さんには
Sayonaki. Would you like me to feed you?
私の手で食べさせて結構
What? No. I'm quite alright, okay.
遠慮しないでよ
No need to be so modest. We're bestest buddies, aren't we?
普通にやるものでしょ
And what's a little spoon feeding between besties?
そもそも前提がおかしいわ
Well, back it up for a sec there.
いつ
Since
誰があなたと親友にな
since
ったの
when we
よ
have been bestest buddies?
ナホちゃんたら
What's
また
that?
親友
Has
候補を
Naho
作ったの
made herself another best friend? Her popularity truly is staggering. You know? As your best friend myself, though it does concern me a bit.
アイコあなたと
It's
の
not
親
what
友
I
になっ
call
たつ
you
もりは
either,
ないわよ
Daiko. You hide your embarrassment so very skillfully, Naho.
別に照れてなん
What
て
embarrassed?
ああそっか
Ah, yes, play it off like
さんの
usual.
そういう態
I
度
know
って
how shy you are deep down. You have
ダ
a
メスだから
you have
わ
a
かんなかった
good poker face, though. So it took me quite a while to figure you out.
ああもう
You know.
否定するのも
You know,
面倒に
this is starting to get kind of old. I had a splitting headache at this point, and I could think of no better cure than the vast quantities of sugar. I took my knife and fork and cut a big piece of my banana omelet, shoving it in my mouth and, well, swishing it around a little to savor it.
すごい
Amazing. This may be the finest dessert I ever had. The sweetness of the soft. Oh my god! Is this gonna be like this the whole chapter? The sweetness of the soft sponge, creamy melted together. Yeah, in my mouth to create a veritable symphony of a flavor. And mixed in with it was a bittersweet banana itself, the crown atop this royal treat. What do? My hands was up.
でしょ
Right? Surprisingly, Mizuki's expression had changed to something altogether more innocent than before, as she delightedly ingested spoonfuls of sweet confections. Hers was a parfait topped with a cavalcade of crepes. Crepe? What the
我
hell?
ながら
This is so delicious. I'm truly a genius.
美味しいあなたが作ったわけじゃ
It's
な
not
い
like
でし
you're
ょ
the one who made it, though. I have my tongue. Better not to stir the pot right now. To help me keep me quiet, I shove another piece of omelet in my mouth.
本当に美味し
I
い
really can't deny the quality of this food. This is definitely warrants its preservation-only nature. My dessert was basically flawless. And though I was very, very full, I just couldn't stop going back for more. Every now and again, this isn't so bad, isn't it?
お茶とスイーツをお供にして
Spending time with friends after school, indulging in tea and sweets. It's kind of a new experience for me. Usually the only person I can count on is to be there for me is Waldo.
楽しいからこの席は
But I'm really having fun here.
みんな
So everything on me, meaning you better not hold back. Oh, she's paying. Okay, so everything's on me.
ごちそうさま
Thank you very much.
それじゃ
Well, okay, if you're sure. I have to admit, this caught me off guard. I never expected someone like Mizuki to be so amiable. I forked another omelet piece in my mouth, feeling cautiously triumphant. Soon enough, I was not the only one beyond sated, but happy as well. Look around, the others seemed to be in high spirits as well, except for Saika, who still hadn't even picked up her fork.
さやかどうしたの
Saika, what's wrong?
納得いかない
I can't just accept this.
ナホちゃんの一番の親友は
I'm your number one best friend of them all, Naho, aren't I?
う
Yeah. Sorry, but seriously, why, Saika? Why are you bringing up this question? You know you're fucking number one. Sorry about the question. I made the mistake of hesitating in my answer. Yep, you fucked up. It wasn't a lie. All anyone I had to do was watch the two of us in action, and it was obvious we were as close as friends could be. Asayaka saw my hesitation as clear indicator of that I was lying. She took it as an implied no, and her self-confidence suddenly fell through the floor.
一番じゃなかったら
If I'm not number one, then what place am I?
違うのさやか誤解
Now,
しない
Saika,
で
you're absolutely my number one.
私の一
I
番の
mean,
親
there's
友は
not
さや
even
かよ
any contest
そうに決まってるじゃない
nothing to worry about.
本
Really?
当本当よ
Really? So come on, don't cry. I'm not crying. You're crying. I guess she got me there. She wasn't crying, but she looked like a volcano about to erupt. Yeah, right now I can see that face right now. She continued to study my expression for a while, with her vaguely watery saucer eyes.
それじゃあ
So on.
次のオフは一緒
So
に猫
on
カ
the
フェ
next
してくれる
day off, can we go on a cat cafe together?
もちろ
Yes,
ん
of course.
そんな
If
ことで
that's what you
よければ
want, we could go to all the cat cafes together.
猫カフェに行く
Before
前
that,
に
though,
お揃いの服を
Can we go buy matching clothes so we can wear them? Oh my god, we can wear them together. Sayaka, come on. We could go as a pair, right? Because I'm your #1 friend, right? I guess it'll be okay if it were someplace without a lot of people, but to a cat cafe? You don't want us in a match? No, I didn't say that, Sayaka. Okay. You know what? Let's do it. We'll go in matching clothes, dressing as a pair. Might be kind of fun. Might be kind of a fun change of pace. Also, will you open up and say "ah" for me? There, like you did with Aiko. This time I was kind of at a loss for words. Going as pairs to a popular place like a cat cafe and getting fed by her on top of that? It's just, god damn it, everyone. What do you mean by that? Did you really do that with us, Sayanoki Oiko? Oh yes, in the classroom, just before coming here. But I put that whole incident behind me at this point. I very much hope you don't hold a grudge against me for it, Sayaka. If Sayaka was able to do it, then I want to do it too. Sayanoki, open your mouth for a sec. No, if you're going to lay a finger on Naho from this point on, you're going to have to go through me first. Oh, you sure you want? You sure that's what you want? Hold it. We're just going in circles here. So everybody who's not Sayaka, please shut your mouth. Sayaka and Mizuki looked like they were about to face off in the epic combat. So I decided enough was enough. And stepped in to put a stop to it. God dang it. And in doing so, I realized that the other customers in the establishment have fallen silent as well, and we're all staring at us, and we're all staring at us. Okay, that wasn't as much of a surprise as it probably should have been, though. Given how loud we're being. You need to calm down for Sayaka, okay? I am calm, you bitch. I mean, Bessie. No, you're not. I can tell you're losing your cool. How about you eat some cake to soothe your nerves? Here, have a sneaker. See, doesn't it look good? I tried to divert her focus to one of the chiffon cakes. Chiffon or chiffon? We'd received, but Sayaka just kept her gaze firmly glued to mine. And then she leaned toward me, the spark of an idea flashing across her face. If you don't want to open up and say "ah," then I want to kiss you on the cheek like Mizuki did. Oh my god! Come on, Naho. That should be fine, right? Sayaka approached me quickly, and I instinctively shrank back into my chair a bit. Sayaka, please get a hold of yourself. I am. And I'm going to disinfect my dear Naho's cheek. What was that? Oh, no. Are you implying my lips are anything but pure and perfect? Do you need me to kiss you too? To prove it? I will not kiss anyone but Naho. And Naho can't kiss anyone but me. Sayaka, please, quiet down. Shut the hell up. But Naho! But we have a solution to this dilemma. How about we each one of us... Oh my god. It's like she's the guy in this freaking harem. I believe I have a solution to this dilemma. How about each one of us in turn feeds her and kisses her on the cheek? Then we all be on the same page, you see? What is wrong with you, Aiko? Yeah, if we all do it, then what's the point anymore? Well, think about it, Sayaka. The reason you're depressed right now is because Magami and I were able to flirt with Naho in ways that you weren't, right? Well, yeah, but
でもね、
And meanwhile, I'm depressed because Magari was able to kiss her, and Magari is this depressed because I was able to feed her.
だから、
So,
全員がナホちゃんに
so
負け
each
ない
one of us have to do
ひとまず不公平感を
each of us have to do to Naho now that which we haven't done before. We'll have to both with okay. We'll have to each both kiss and feed her, and the slate will be wiped clean.
そうしたら
And
ナホ
once
ちゃん
we
に
all
特別
experience
な
the
ことを
joys
したっていう立ち位置の人
of
がいなくなって
intimately
平
flirting
和
with
が訪
Naho,
れるはずよ
in these two separate ways, peacefully we'll finally return to this cafe. Wow, that's brilliant! Oh my god, these girls.
私はチビドロコスミクの争いを
I'm totally okay finding you guys in cold blood over this if I have to, you know.
でもマガリさん
Nobody occasionally compromises are a staple among
お
friends.
互いが譲歩し
They
合う
help
こと
us
で
help
絆
make
が
the
強くなる
bonds
の
of
も
friendship stronger. Or so I hear.
そうなの
Seriously? This entire conversation was raising a lot of questions for me. And not just the obvious ones. Mitsuki barely even seemed to know what the word compromise meant. And Aiko seemed to be basing her understanding of it entirely of hearsay. Hearsay. Was it really possible that neither of them had either actually compromised on something before? What kind of life have these two been living?
だから
So
さや
Sayaka,
かちゃん
you have to get you'll get to feed Naho and kiss her on the cheek.
その代わり
In exchange,
私もナホちゃんのほ
I'll
っぺ
get a
にキ
kiss
スを
on
す
Naho's
る
cheek on myself.
そしてマガリさん
And
は
Magari
ナ
would
ホ
get
ちゃんに
get to feed her. That should be
これ
make
で
everything
全
equal.
員平等
And then voila, case closed, right?
なんでそうなる
Why
の
me?
そうだな
Fine, today's fine. Today's the day I made a new friend. So I guess I'll try to compromise thing. But this is one time. This is a one-time deal. Okay, I'll go along with this.
私も愛子さんさやかまで
Now you too.
何を言ってるんだ
Sayaka.
なほちゃんの特別になりたいけど
Seriously, so is this
大丈夫
is Inumaru doing this
私
too?
も我慢できるよ
Everybody wants to do that special someone. Everybody wants to be that special someone for you. No, but we're all holding back. Still, if I need to sit back and watch others flirt with you, I can do that for the greater good.
さやか聞いてる
Are you hearing yourself, Sayaka?
それじゃあなほたん
All right, Naho. Ready or not, here I come. Sayaka stood up from her seat and grasped my shoulders with both hands. She had a serious, solemn look in her eyes. Oh God, here.
さやか
Sayaka, bad touch, bad touch.
まずはほっぺチューするね
I'm gonna start with a kiss on the cheek, and after that, I want you to open up and say ah for me.
次は私の番ね
Next
さやかちゃ
then,
んの後ろ
I
に
should
並
stand
ん
in
でお
line
こうか
behind
しら
Sayaka.
私も
Me too.
後が
Make
使
sure
え
you
てる
don't
ん
take too long.
さやか
Though,
も早く
Sayaka,
してよ
remember?
ね
There are other customers waiting. Aiko and Mitsuki rose from their seats and queued up behind Sayaka. The actual other customers looked very uncomfortable. Yes, everyone should be. They were half watching and half intentionally averting their eyes, and seemingly uncertain which approach was more proper. Thank you for the drink! Sayaka's face was slowly approaching mine. And it was the only... I don't know why that moving picture just gets me right now. It was only a kiss on the cheek, but her expression was of a microsurgeon focusing on a patient. It made me extremely inexplicably nervous. Wait, I need more time to prepare. What the hell? But I wasn't gonna get that any. But I wasn't going to get any. Sayaka was about to bring it in for a landing, and there was no stopping her. Fine. If you're gonna go do this, then just do it. Like a warrior preparing to go in battle, I tightly closed my eyes and waited my destiny. Inumaru's sudden, unexpected exclamation caused me to jump, and it seemed to pause Sayaka's advance as well. When I opened my eyes, I could see that Sayaka was not at all happy with her childhood friend. What the hell, Inamaru? That was my moment! Saved by the yell. I breathed a breathless sigh of relief and turned to face Inamaru. He'd been eating his mountain of sweets in silence this whole time, but was now pointing outside of the window. Over there. We each follow his finger to the sky. Died with the setting sun. The heavens above were a beautiful shade of crimson infused purple. The hell? And there, right where he was pointing, we could see a small distortion in the air. That's... Yeah. Apparently the sweets were so good that she's passing on. We completely forgot about the spirit girl with the weak aura. She had an enormous grin on her face and met our gaze with a courteous bow, then disappeared into the sunset. As we left the cafe, the sun was just peeking out over the distant horizon, growing smaller and dimmer by the moment. We never did find out which particular confection was the one that brought the eternal rest to the little girl, but that also wasn't important. All that mattered was she moved on. Oh, Mizuki, thank you for the food today. Everything was absolutely delicious. You're very welcome. I'm fit to burst right now. If I indulge in sweets like that every day, I fill out like a beach ball. I should probably give up sugary foods for a while. But for me, it was all so delicious. I eat more than any time. Reservations are booked a full year in advance, though, so you won't be able to get back in for a while. Oh, that sucks. So tasty, you can't even pacify the spirits? You better watch out. Praise like that will go to my head. I could probably use my influence to sneak in another reservation for you sometime if you want. Really? Really? All I asked to return is say cheese. Mizuki's phone produced a sudden flash. And before I knew it, my picture had been taken. What? What are you doing? I'm commemorating the day's event. Nothing's wrong with that, right? She spun her phone around to show me the screen, and my face instantly turned red hot. It was a candid shot of me reacting to the sudden flash with a look of total confusion on my face. And it was apparently now her wallpaper. What kind of expression even was that? Is that? That's not fair. I want a picture of you too. Naho, come on. Let me take one. My battery's dead. Look, it's just not on your side. Look, it's just not on your side today, huh, Sayaka? My God, with all the crazy laughter. That's okay. I'll just take one tomorrow. But a memento of today's event has to come from today, doesn't it? Would you like me to take one with my phone instead? Naturally. It would have been It would have to be a picture of just you, since my phone has eyes for all. Oh my God! God damn it, Inumaru! There'd be no point of it in that. It's not true. I'd be happy. I don't give a crap about your happiness. That's so cool. How could this happen? This is such an important moment. This is what happens when you look at Facebook too much. When you want to use your phone, it dies. She put away her phone in disappointment, defeat, and forlorn? The hell? This seemed to have been an oddly rough day for her. I don't think it would be good for Sayaka to spend much more time with Mizuki today. Well, I guess we'll be heading back now. See you around, Mizuki. Bye bye. Mizuki would wave her hand in extravagant motion, then slink back into the cafe. What an exhausting day. Yeah, I know. God. No fooling. You think? I had a lot of fun spending all my after-school hours with you, Sayaka. Dogs live such an easy lives, don't they? Yeah, when you have the name Inumaru. Sayaka silently implied that I'm done with you, elicited a worry smile from me. She was clearly too tired to care how her words came across. I actually felt kind of bad for Inumaru, but I couldn't help appreciating Sayaka's current state of mind. Maybe we were just a tad more simpatico than I'd given us credit for. I had a lot of fun, but it seems like you two weren't quite as entertaining. How unfortunate. Wow. Even without getting your hands on a new spirit item, you still managed to have a good time. Certainly not a bad one. All those spirits and goading from Magari's side, I was able to spend my after-school hours with close friends, and that's something of a first for me. What? You seriously never spent time with friends after school before, Aiko? I have not. Aiko, you're so pretty. How can that be? Sayaka's compliment was met with a slight smile. Though, Aiko has easily been a pained smile for all I know, since I'm sure that this was dredging up some memories that Aiko would have rather not thought about. Oh my god. Sayaka's comment definitely came from a place of pure innocent, however. In her mind, cute girls always drink tea and spend time with their friends after school. It's only natural. I'm usually busy gathering information, and that doesn't leave me with much time to socialize after class. I'm also rarely come in contact with common folk who can't see spirits. What? Sayaka stopped dead in her tracks. This seemed to shock her a lot more than it should have. Her expression was almost cartoonish. Aiko looked back at her, quizzically, tilting her head a bit. My, did I say something strange? No, I get it now. Aiko, as of today, we're friends. Huh? You're okay with that, right, Naho? We'll both be friends with her. Sure, whatever. If you guys don't stop fucking trying to kiss me a lot. Given my long, turbulent history with Aiko, I wasn't really sold on the idea of counting her among my friends now. And my response wasn't exactly brimming with positivity, but I was kind of put on the spot, so I think it was a fair response as I could be expected. I didn't want to upset Sayaka after all, but the question was, how would Aiko react to this? Am I going to be friends with both of you then? That's right. What do you say? But I'm not exactly friend material, am I? Sayaka said it's okay, so why not just roll with it? If you think of us as friends, I'm betting your attitude toward us might change a little too. We'll see about that. That is not a devious statement to make, but she didn't seem to even realize how it might have come across.
私とあ
So
な
we
たたち
actually
が
have,
友達
so we're actually friends now. The word kind of tickles my
くすぐったいわ
tongue.
ね
Tickles the tongue, doesn't it? Friends. Friends.
友達って
Stop saying the word friends.
そうな
It's
んのも連
embarrassing.
呼しないで
Excuse me. What about me?
俺は
Am I still? I'm still here. You know,
これは
we're
女同士
discussing
の
a
友
friendship
情なん
among
だ
girls. We have
男はお呼びじゃ
we
ない
have
の
no need for boys.
つまりさやかは俺に
In
女の
other
子の
words,
友達がいたら焼いてしま
you'll
う
be
か
jealous
ら
if I have
美輪さんと
another
は
female
知人以上には
friends.
なるなとそう
So
言い
you'd
たいん
rather
だ
have
ね
Miwa and I remain as acquaintance. Is that the gist of it?
あんたって
You were
さ
really getting on my nerves. God damn, Inamaru.
やわ
Rest in peace. Oh god damn it. Staring down at now Akeo Inamaru, she suddenly lit up with a brightest smile I'd seen from her since leaving the cafe.
さて
Now then,
ここで
I have a proposal in my memory. In memory of today's newly built friendship, how about we get ourselves some sticker photos? Oh god, those are creepy. Along a bustling street nearby, we found an arcade with a nice shiny row of sticker photo booths inside. I suspect the Psycho may have chosen this particular arcade for a very specific reason. However, is there was a large sign by the door which read, "Nope." My god, I feel sorry. Inamaru, come on.
ってことで犬丸
No
男
men
子
allowed.
禁制だからここで待ってて
Ah, tough break, Inamaru. Guys can't go in, so you have to wait out here.
でいやちょっと
Wait,
待っ
wait.
てよく見
Hold
よう
on.
よ
That's fine print. See? There's a fine print.
女性が一緒の場合は
It says
男
men
性
are
の
allowed.
立ち入り OK ですってほらここに
It
書
says
いてある
men are
よ
allowed when accompanied by women. Look, it's written right there, right here.
なほちゃん愛子さん行こうか
Come on, Naho, Aiko, let's go.
あ
We left Inamaru at the entrance despite his attempts to follow us inside, and we headed straight for the sticker photo booths.
ちょっとかわいそうじゃない
You don't feel a little bit bad for the poor guy?
いいの 犬丸もいて
犬丸
プリ
were
シャ
in
なん
the
て撮ったら
we're in the shop.
何
Who
に使われ
knows
るか
what
分か
he'd
った
do
もん
with
じゃない
those
もの
stickers?
一理あるわね
Ah, that's a good point, actually. I could provide no argument either. So we'll just shrug off the Inamaru's misfortune. I then step up into one of the few booths that was unoccupied, signaling the other two to follow.
これで撮ろ
How's
うか
this one look?
愛子さんこっちです
Works for me.
入ってきてください
Over here, Aiko. Enter at will.
随分と眩し
Quite
い
bright in here. Aiko was mesmerized by the booth, squinting as she looked over the lights that along the screen.
愛子さんプリシャは初めてです
Is
か
this your first time taking one of these, Aiko?
ええ
Yes, though I
知
certainly
識としては
understand the
理解して
concept
い
and
るつもりだけど
functionality, of course.
じゃあ注意事
Okay,
項
then
を
I'll
一つ
give you
映る
one
時
expert
は
level piece of
上に
advice.
あるカメラに
When taking a
目線を合わせて
sticker
ください
photo,
ね
always make sure you're looking at the camera, not the screen.
分かったわ
Alright. Aiko nodded, though her movement felt calculated and stiff. She was clearly very nervous. Come to think of it, the first time I took a sticker photo was also with Saika, huh? First time is always a kind of nerve-wracking. Once we picked our shot, let's write friends forever on it. We wrote the back when the two of us took our first photo. Right, Naho? Naho-tan? That's right.
そうなの
I see. Aiko's quick response felt hollow and forced. She was still stiff and as a board, like a spirit had been left behind somewhere. In a way, her awkward hesitation had a certain charm to it. It proved that she was being genuine and that she was human.
せっかくですし
How about we group hug in the picture?
写りませんか
I mean, we might We might as well. Okay.
背景はどうしよう
What background should we use?
なほちゃん
I don't know. You pick.
うん
Okay.
了
Got
解
it. I made a few quick selections, then the background behind Aiko changed. She must not have known about that part. It was actually kind of funny.
それじ
Okay,
ゃ
here we go.
あ撮るよ
Right.
愛子さん早く
Aiko, come on.
こっち
Come closer. Hurry. 3, 2. After several flashes and clicks, an image of us was displayed. On the monitor in it, Saika and I were hugging, but Aiko was standing behind us with a furtive look in her eyes.
愛子さん
Aiko,
なんで
you-
抱きついてくれなかったんですか
Aiko, why weren't you embracing us?
あ
You're right, I completely
そうだっ
forgot.
たわね。
緊張したんでし
You
ょ
were nervous, weren't you?
そういうわ
Of
けじ
course
ゃない。
not. No, shut up. Aiko's mouth said no, but her blood-red cheeks said otherwise. This was the first time I ever seen Aiko flustered.
もう一回撮り直しましょうか
Why don't we take one more?
いいえ。
Yeah, I like this one.
等身
I
大
think it
の
shows our
私たち
true
という
natures.
感
Plus,
じ
it's kind of
面白い
funny,
じゃない
don't you think? Aiko's touched the monitor with her fingers and laughed.
じゃあ
Alright, let's
今日
call
は
it a
これ
day
く
here.
らいにしておきましょうか
Okay. I wonder if this would make
これを見
Ms.Kuon
たら
jealous.
悔しがるそれ
Is that what you're going after?
あくまで目的は愛子さんと
Of
友
course
達にな
not.
った記念
If it was a... Oh god. If it was to commemorate the forming of our friendship with Aiko. Saika spun gleefully in place and held one hand... Oh god. Held one hand out to Aiko.
愛子さんとは
At first,
最
we
初の
didn't
出
get
会いがあ
along
まり良く
too...
なかったけど
eh,
でも
You didn't get
今
along
そ
too
んなに
well.
悪い人じゃないと思うから
I get the feeling that deep down, where it counts, you're not such a bad person at all.
これからいい友
I hope
達
we
にな
can
って
be
く
the
れたら
bestest
嬉しい
of
です
buds from
よ
here
ろし
on
くお
out
願いします
to our new friendship.
この子の
This is what I like about this girl. I always had a tendency to either be way too blunt or way too familiar with people, bringing them down to my level without even realizing it. But on numerous occasions, I truly felt like Sayaka had saved me from myself. To our new
よろしく
friendship,
ね
Sayaka,
さやかち
and to you too.
ゃん。なこちゃんも。
Aiko shook hands with Sayaka and smiled at me.
よろしく
Yeah. Calm blood as usual. But I could feel the red spreading across my face, and I was certain Sayaka and Aiko knew how I felt, regardless. Okay, finally! Nao's face turned red and Sayaka's smiling gleefully. Two beautiful, endless, expressive images gone forever.
夢のような一日だ
That day almost feels like a dream now. The funny thing is, nothing of note had really even happened. We just ate a whole lot of sweets, talked for a long time, and took sticker photos. All told, we only spent a few hours with each other. Just a few wild hours, messing around after school one day.
だけど
But those days are never coming back.
あのじ
Naho and Saika were dead now. And their deaths is triggering the intense despair, hatred, and in sheer insanity within Haruyuki, all of which was directed squarely at me.
あの日は確かに
The day we were all laughing together. Where had things gone wrong? Somewhere along the line, somebody must have made some kind of mistake. But who?
私が
Is it my fault?
許さない絶対に許さない
Cannot forgive, we'll never forgive. I have to apologize. Both to the girls who had already died and the person who had gone mad right in front of my eyes. I'm sorry. I couldn't even get a whole word out. A sheer depths of rage bore into my skull, and up I went like a light. Oh, what the fuck? I'd like to know what the hell happened during that situation. Ah, god damn it. So what time is it right now? 9? Yeah, 9. Fuck. I need to go. Alright, guys. I guess I'm not gonna be able to play as one of the. I'm not gonna be able to play Chapter 9 today. So, as of right now, next time I'm gonna try. Oh no, actually tomorrow. Depending, I might be playing the Luigi's Mansion. So I'm gonna try. I will try to at least try. I will try beat Course Party Blood Drive this week. If I could just start putting the videos up, and I'll do starting next week. I'll just start Chapter 9, and then after Chapter 9, I'll finish the other extra chapters, and after that, we'll finish the finale. But for now, I'll see you guys next time. I'm Edwin, and this has been the Course Party. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.